Papa John's is the third largest pizza delivery chain in the world behind Pizza Hut and Domino's, and it differentiated itself from the pack by claiming to use only the freshest ingredients. But are those ingredients really fresh? And who is Papa John exactly? Stick around to learn 10 things you probably didn't know about this hugely popular chain. We're OnlyBrands, the channel dedicated to bringing you awesome, regular content on the world's hottest brands. Let's do this. Number 1. Out of a broom closet. After graduating in 3 years from Ball State University with a business degree, Schnatter moved home to Jeffersonville, Indiana in 1983 to manage Mick's Lounge, a rundown money pit of a bar co-owned by his father. He quickly revamped the Tired Tavern and paid off all the outstanding debts. By the following year, his father had been bought out by Bob Ehringer, the other partner in the bar, but the younger Schnatter had an idea for how the joint could be more than just a biker gang pit stop. Tearing down the wall of a broom closet in the back of Mick's Lounge, he built an 8x10 foot kitchen using just $1,600 worth of supplies and started making pizzas. After just a year, Schnatter, Ehringer, and a few additional assistants were selling 3,000 to 4,000 pizzas a week. They quickly bought a storefront next door, and by 1987, the pair sold Mick's to make Papa John's their full-time business. Number 2. Cheap franchising. The dough that Papa John's uses for their pizza crusts wasn't made on site at your local outpost. Early in the company's history, Schnatter decided to mix up the flour and water at a commissary near corporate headquarters in Louisville, Kentucky, and ship frozen balls of dough around the country twice a week. The founder claimed this allowed the company to keep quality standards high and consistent, but it also makes opening a new Papa John's location or franchise comparatively cheap, as new storefronts don't need to acquire the mixing equipment or labor to produce dough. In the early 90s, as the demand for pizza swelled, the company doubled in size nearly every year. While some franchises now cost nearly $1 million to open, in the 90s, a Papa John's could be purchased for under $100,000. The company now has more than 4,700 locations worldwide. Number 3. Camaro love story. To help his father's struggling business and raise the initial $1,600 for that broom closet kitchen, a young Schnatter sold his beloved 1971 Chevrolet Camaro Z28. For 2 decades, Schnatter bemoaned giving up that car, searching for it to no avail, and even hiring an ex-FBI agent at one point to investigate its whereabouts. Consequently, Schnatter had a replica built, but he still wanted his original car back. Finally, in 2009, Schnatter decided to put his frame to use to find his old Camaro. So he made a television appearance describing the car, gold with black racing stripes, and offered sizable rewards for its safe return. First $25,000, and then, when that failed to elicit leads, $250,000. Then, in August of 2009, his 26-year-long quest paid off. The Sloan family in Indiana remembered buying the car from a young man who was distraught to see it go, but they'd since sold it. Fortunately, the man they'd sold it to, Jeff Robinson of Flatwoods, Kentucky, still had the car, and even though he'd made some racing modifications, Robinson was happy to take the $250,000 to return it to its original owner. Now there's a big old smile on my face. I like the car. I like the way it drives. It's fast. Schnatter had told Jalapink, "My wife's a redneck and she loves a muscle car. On one hand, I want to put it back the way it was, and on the other hand, I like the way Robinson put it back together." By the way, a lot of hard work and care goes into these videos, so if you could help us out by clicking the subscribe button, we would greatly appreciate it. Number 4. Football Fanatic. The pizza chain has tight ties with football around the country. They have the naming rights to the University of Louisville Cardinal Stadium and have a multi-year sponsorship with the National Football League. They're the official pizza of the Arizona Cardinals, Atlanta Falcons, Baltimore Ravens, Dallas Cowboys, Denver Broncos, Houston Texans, Indianapolis Colts, Miami Dolphins, New York Giants, New York Jets, Philadelphia Eagles, Seattle Seahawks, St. Louis Rams, Tennessee Titans, and Washington Redskins. And in 2012, Peyton Manning invested in 21 Papa John's franchises in the Denver area in his first year with the Broncos. "It's a smart investment now and will be long after I'm done playing football," Manning had said at the time. Definitely a smart investment considering quite a number of Broncos fans probably order pizza on Monday nights. The other kind of football isn't left out of Papa John's corporate consideration either. In 2013, the company became the official pizza partner with United Kingdom's The Football League as well. Number 5. Crybaby. At Game 6 of the 2008 NBA Finals between the Cleveland Cavaliers and the Washington Wizards, DC fans wore and waved t-shirts with LeBron James number 23 and the word Crybaby on the back. The controversial shirts also sported a Papa John's logo. It seems a Washington, D.C. area franchise made and distributed the mocking tees without approval from the Wizards or Papa John's corporate office. We're as stunned as everyone else who was watching the game, Lori Carabello, director of the Cleveland operations for Papa John's, told Cleveland.com. The pizza chain made it up to residents of northeastern Ohio with a formal apology, a $10,000 donation to the Cavaliers Youth Fund, and offering 23-cent large one-topping pizzas for a day. Number 6. Battle of the Pizzas. Better ingredients, better pizza. It's simple, definitive, and recognizable. It's also an implied dig at the competition and their supposed inferior ingredients, inferior pizza. Or at least that's how Pizza Hut took it. In the late 90s and early 2000s, when Pizza Hut was still much bigger than Papa John's but was losing business as its rival grew steadily, the two chains waged an ongoing advertising battle. Pizza Hut first took Papa John's to task for the slogan with the Better Business Bureau's national ad division, but when that settled with only minimal results, Pizza Hut sued Papa John's in Dallas Federal District Court for false and misleading advertising in 1998. Pizza Hut won their case, argued in October and November of 1999, but in 2000, Papa John's won an appeal, and the following year, the Supreme Court declined Pizza Hut's request to have the case retried at the highest level. Number 7. Elimination. Papa John's hasn't always been forthcoming about what makes their ingredients better, but now they're making it known that the company is committed to cleaning up their menu. How committed? Try $100 million a year. That's how much it'll cost to cut artificial ingredients and other additives from the menu, primarily from their 8 dipping sauces. They've already eliminated MSG from their ranch and trans fat from the garlic sauce. And they have a list of 14 other additives that have had to go, things like corn syrup, artificial colors, and various preservatives, all by the end of 2016. And while we're on the subject of ingredients, did you know that Papa John's original hand-tossed crust is vegan? So anything you order without meat and cheese will suit a vegan diet. Plus, the garlic dipping sauce is also vegan, so you can add a little something creamy to your cheeseless za. That was an especially juicy fact, right? I think that one definitely deserves a thumbs up. Number 8. World Pizza Tossing Record. To celebrate the opening of the 300th UK location, Papa John's staff organized to set a new Guinness World Record for the most people tossing pizza doughs simultaneously. Schnatter himself was on hand along with 337 other participants, easily toppling the existing record of 278 people. Number 9. Valuable Hands. The founder and CEO of the Papa John's empire likely doesn't spend too much of his time in the kitchen these days, but the hands responsible for tossing the original dough and spreading the sauce way back when are now officially insured for a cool $15.3 million. Schnatter took out a policy with syndicates at Lloyd's of London, a firm known for other bespoke insurance deals for celebrities, like a similar hand policy for Rolling Stones guitarist Keith Richards, though his is a mere $1.6 million, which covers him in the unlikely event that he loses or damages his hands. Number 10. Iggy's favorite pizza. Just before the 2015 Grammys, Australian rapper Iggy Azalea sent out a series of tweets complaining that a Papa John's delivery person had given her personal number out to family members who were texting and calling the singer. Papa John's has taken appropriate disciplinary action with regard to the employee involved. We're reaching out directly to Miss Azalea and hope to resolve this incident and make it right, a spokesperson for the company told The Hollywood Reporter. But the kerfluffle likely worked as a positive PR for the company. Assuming you're not a celebrity worth harassing over text messages, the takeaway seems to be that the third place chain, behind Pizza Hut and Domino's, is Iggy's favorite pizza. We appreciate you sticking around to the end of the video and we hope you enjoyed. But why stop now? Click these videos for more awesome content.